Make that hard choice to be that leader whose number one priority is his business. So, make that choice, that hard choice, to be that leader, focused on your business, that being your number one priority. Why I'm talking to you? Because you have chosen to watch this video, which is called How Addicted Leaders Can Regain 100% plus focus on their business again. So either you are that person or you know someone who is that person. Okay, back to basics. Addiction. Are you at this point of recognizing you're addicted? Or are you the one who knows someone who is? Well, the hardest thing for someone who is addicted is actually agree with you that they are. Because it means they have to give up something they really like, something which is their survival mechanism. And they'll find hell or high water before they give this to you, give this away. I mean, it's something they like, they indulge in, they overindulge in. And if you are this person, then you know what I mean. So, for sake of argument, I'm going to say that you're addicted to alcohol, or that you know someone who is. And, of course, we teach our teenagers that it's not okay to drink. Let's be clear about this. Drinking influences your brain, especially when you're growing up. And that's why teenagers are not allowed to drink. But when we drink a lot, there's not only the risk of getting liver failure, jaundice, seeing yellow, but there's also a risk of damaging your brain. And this is the thing, when you are addicted to whatever it is, you don't think about the long-term consequences. You only think about survival. Because why are you addicted? Because you want to numb yourself. You don't want to think about what's going on in life and all the hard things you have to go through. You just want to flee from the world. You want to take that switch, which is in your head, and basically turn it to zero. Not permanently, just for a little while. Just until you are there again and you can do your own thing. But during that time, please, no communication. Just leave me alone. And that's where it gets tricky. Because when do you snap out of it? And what have you done? And are you still capable of snapping out of it? So saying you are using certain substances, well, chances are you won't snap out of it any second. And say that you've got a certain alcohol percentage in your blood, it takes a few hours for it to diminish. So if you're gaming, you probably have hyperfocus. And what do? Do you game day and night? Eat behind your computer, not go out, not see any sunlight? I'm just listing a few things. How about food? Food gives you an instant feeling of satisfaction, and there is a very big downside to food nowadays. Food isn't only healthy. Well, it's supposed to be healthy, but nowadays there are additives which make you go for that next cookie or whatever it is, and you basically can't stop eating. And addiction is about too much of anything which will be harming you in the long run. And like with the cookies, at first you don't see it, but then, you've got some problems putting on your clothes. And okay, this is not good. Well, maybe you're like, okay, Yeah, happens. It's winter time, you know. And when it's summer, then I'll go work out, and then it's summer, and what do? Oh, yeah, I don't look very well. Yeah, actually, I don't want to go out like this, so let's stay indoors. And you see a certain pattern that's starting to exist, and because you don't feel very well, you might start eating again because you don't feel very well, and now, well, there's a pattern that's going to be hard to break. Well, that's an example with food, and it can be on all sorts and levels. But the main thing is, you can't break the habit. Now, here's the thing. Is it true that you cannot break the habit? Or is it something you are telling yourself because it's so immensely tempting to do whatever it is you are doing to not feel and think about things? Now, time for a wake-up call. If you're reading this, then you have a business. You are a leader. You have certain responsibilities, whether it is because you're running your own business or because you're appointed to run a business. So, hello, wake up, please. You don't have the luxury to feel sorry for yourself. You don't have the luxury to numb yourself, especially not longer than, say, half an hour or an hour a day. You have chosen to be responsible. So be responsible. And we know you can do it because otherwise you wouldn't have been in this role. You wouldn't have become the business owner. You wouldn't have become this leader. They wouldn't have chosen you. So snap out of it and get focused on your business again, once more. And here's the thing. You got chosen and you got to do what it is you want, building your business because you loved what you were doing. You found it amazing. You thought the world of it. But something has happened. And maybe it's something that's directly related to the business and you got disappointed. Or maybe something else happened in your personal life. And as a result, when you're not working, you start numbing yourself, drugging yourself, whatever it is. And by the time it's time for work, you're in no shape to do anything. And that's why it's so important to get back to who you once were. And at one point, you were someone who loved to work. Okay, so this is the thing. As I said in the beginning, admitting that you are addicted to something, that's something you might not be likely to do. But it is important to reflect. And that is something you can do. When you start to reflect and really look at your life, really take that responsibility, and I know you can because otherwise you wouldn't have been in this position, then you know what to do. Write it down. Look at what's making you upset. Look at what's going right in your life and in your business. Look at what's going wrong in your life and in your business and what you would like it to be. Focus on it. Write it down. What is it you need? And when you're noticing that you might be a little bit foggy and that things are a bit hard, then you know that you need to stop doing whatever it is you're doing and make some healthy choices. Healthy choices are like, okay, clear your mind, go outside, go for a walk, get some water to drink, get some protein, get some fresh juice, get that cup of coffee. And no, we don't want you to drink coffee like all day and all night long just to stay awake. But we do need you to make the healthy choices. Make those healthy options. And once you start focusing and you get in that inspirational and creative vibe, then you will keep going. And you will remember. You will remember. You will link back to, hey, this is what felt good. And that's going to be that reward for you. focusing on your business is going to be your reward because you remember what that felt like back in the day. So by regaining focus on your business again, making that your number one priority, I will guarantee you that things will change. It will at least give you an idea of what might be going right and what might be going wrong. And that's when you can start reaching out to other people and you can talk about it. Maybe go online, find other people with similar issues. You can make that choice like, okay, if I want to play a game, I only do it for max half an hour or maybe for 10 minutes. If I'm going to drink a beer or have a glass of wine, then I only do it after work. Not during lunch, not when other people are doing it, but when I really enjoy it. And that's something you can control. And once you see what you're doing, I mean, let's face it, you're a smart cookie. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this position. You wouldn't be running a business. So you'll know if you're doing something wrong. And what we are trying to avoid is that you come into a position that your business starts suffering from your choices. Unpaid invoices, not billing your clients, making stupid decisions, having the wrong kind of communication, not thinking about strategy for the next year or the next 5 years, not being prepared for what's about to come. And when you're noticing that things don't go right, especially if you are also dealing with employees and everyone is just doing something, basically surviving because you are surviving, that's when you need to take back control. And that means focusing on your business. And the good thing is once you do, you're less likely to give in to the addiction because that only distracts you. So I'm curious, what are you going to do? If you need some help, please reach out to me so I can support you with your struggle. So I can be your ears, listening to you and give you some guidance which suits you. And remember this, there are groups out there. You're not the only one. Find them, reach out to them. And again, you are one smart cookie because otherwise you wouldn't have made it this far. Now let's prove it that you are. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if needed, reach out. That's what I'm there for. And if you don't want to reach out to me, know there are other people you can reach out to, but you never have to go through this alone.